As you can see, it's the wrong intro.
I like that though. That was dope. That was dope.
You know, it's only the second time that's happened, so it's fine, I guess. It's fine.
I'm messing with Tim Dog, and my dumb ass can't get shit right.
Hey man, hey, look, pimps mess up sometimes.
Yeah, they do, man. But hey, I apologize, brothers, man. But welcome to Not Ashed Out. Welcome to the Better Than Sex Sports Podcast. Of course, you know I am the man on the street.
This is the mad professor in the booth. That almost threw me off, not going on cadence.
Yeah, I know,
right? Shout out to Orlando, enjoying the liveness down there in the deep souls.
And of course, Tim Dog. Tim Dog's gonna be coming on, but he's having some technical difficulties. You know, us old men, when we get new equipment, we don't know exactly how it works.
It takes us a second because I got
kids,
so I got people to help me.
Yeah. So, and of course, I don't know if Pharaoh, he might be taking a nap. Might have just got through eating, but hopefully he'll be joining us as well. But y'all know how we always start.
Y'all taking shots at my boy. Tired of y'all doing it.
But you're not here. You get it. You get those shots.
That is what it is.
It is what it is. But y'all know how we always start our podcast off. We always got to ask the brothers, how was the day? So, Matt Professor, how was your day, my brother?
Man, honestly, all I spent today doing was laundry. I don't know why. All I wanted to do today was laundry. I was gonna get on my bike, and I'm like, you know what, man, that bike, it can't help me. It can't help me wash these clothes.
You say up that bike. Why is that funny to me? I don't know why that's funny.
I mean, well, that's why. I mean, that's
we all
right.
It.
Like people get mad at me when I say "fuck them kids," man. Fuck them kids. Mine.
Facts. We've been with our wives long enough to know what that means.
Right.
I got you. Well, I'm glad to see that you say up that bike and you got some laundry done.
Hey,
ain't nothing wrong with that. Of course. Shanta, how was your day, my brother?
Can't call it, man. Next couple weeks I'll be spending with my new grandbaby. My son and his girl gonna be staying here with us. So while they get assimilated to their schedule, and they're gonna co-parent, so they just wanted to spend some time. We had the extra bedroom, and I get some time to spend with my grandbaby. So soon enough, I'll send you guys pictures and let you know what the deal is.
You don't have to.
That's what I'm talking about.
You didn't have to do that. That's cool. I'm just saying that was completely uncalled for. But I know the vibe that you're working with, so I'm going to go ahead and let that slide.
I mean, what did I just say? What did I just say?
That's a bad professor for you, man. But hey, I understand, man. Hey, I understand, man. You know, you got a new grand, you want to show them off, man. I'm telling you, but they bring a lot of joy to you, though. They're funny too,
man.
Especially when they're young,
man.
No,
it's just beautiful, man.
I got you. Of course, for me, man, my day went well, man. I just had a goddamn nagging headache, though. I was like, what the hell? You know, I had to went and check my sugar, make sure my sugar ain't dropping low.
You said you better cut back on drinking, didn't you? That might be affecting your blood pressure a little bit.
Yeah, I said I was going to do that, but then I went in. Made me a joke.
Enough said.
Hair the dog that bitch.
Enough said.
But yeah, man, I feel a little bit better. Took me one of those aspirins, man, and seemed to be pretty good, man. It's a nice day down here in the CSRA too, man. Got my goddamn garage door up, so y'all might see some flies flying in front of me, and see me try to knock these motherfuckers down. But fellas, we got a good show, man. I mean, we got a great show,
sir.
And it all started last Thursday.
Yes,
matter of fact. And I know I sent y'all we want to talk about the top 5, but let's talk about the top 10. I want to get y'all thoughts on the NFL draft.
The 2025 NFL draft is now officially open. With the first pick in the 2025 NFL draft, the Tennessee Titans select Cameron Ward, quarterback, Miami.
And with the second pick in the 2025 NFL draft, the Jacksonville Jaguars select Travis Hunter, wide receiver, defensive back from Colorado.
With the third pick
Here's the commissioner.
In the 2025 NFL draft, the New York Giants select Abdul Carter, defensive end, Penn State. With the 4th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the New England Patriots select Will Campbell, tackle, LSU. With the 5th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Cleveland Browns select Mason Graham, defensive tackle, Michigan. With the 6th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Las Vegas Raiders select Ashton Jeanty, running back, Boise State. With the 7th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the New York Jets select Armand Membu, Missouri, tackle. With the 8th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Carolina Panthers select Teteroa McMillan, wide receiver, Arizona. With the 9th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the New Orleans Saints select Kelvin Banks Jr., tackle, Texas. So with the 10th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Chicago Bears select Colston Loveland, tight end, Michigan.
Matt, Professor, I'm coming to you first. Which player, or did any player taken in the top 10 of the draft surprise you?
No, not one, to be perfectly honest. I mean, maybe the Panthers pick, maybe, because his name wasn't really known until the draft, until the combine. But
yeah, I never heard of him.
Not really, to be perfectly honest with you. I mean, I knew Travis would go 2. I knew Cam would go 1. And I knew Ashton Jeanty wasn't going to slip past 5. So, like I said, none of that was surprising to me.
I got you. What about you, Shata? Did any of those top 10 surprise you at all?
No, that was my first time seeing that. I didn't watch the draft.
Okay.
That was actually my first time seeing that back to back. And like Matt Professor said, the only thing that shocked me from the draft was the Shedeur Sanders situation. So, but as far as the draft goes, I really don't give a shit, because the fact of the matter is the draft is not indicative of how you're going to perform in the NFL.
Yeah, that's true as well. I think my next question, Matt Professor, is this: were you surprised that the Cleveland Browns got out of the 2nd pick to move back and let Jacksonville move up to get Travis Henry?
No, because the player that they wanted was going to be there regardless. So, I mean, if they wanted Shedeur at that high, he would have been there. The player they took, I don't remember. He was going to be there. I wasn't surprised. I was only surprised that it wasn't as many trades in the first 10 picks as there has been, because the last couple years everybody's been trading out of the top 10. So the fact that the top 10 went almost, without any trades was more shocking than anything else. I mean, like last year, year before last, wasn't there 4 trades in the top 10?
Yeah,
during the draft. So I mean, I'm surprised that nobody played, played spot shuffle like they had been doing.
Yeah, and the reason why I asked that, Matt Professor, and I'm coming to you on Shata, is because Cleveland needs everything, and if you could get a great player like Travis, why wouldn't you want to keep that pick to bring that person to the team that you're trying to build, especially with Deshaun Watson? I don't think he ever was going to get back, but you need another big name, and oh boy, would have been a perfect fit in Cleveland. My thoughts, but they got out of that and they let Jacksonville pick them up. Your thoughts, Shata?
I mean, that's what the GMs and the owners talked about. They talked about this. There's no way you're telling me this wasn't a concerted effort. The Cleveland Browns was going to go with him regardless. So the rest of the league decided, we're going to go ahead and teach him a lesson, take him down a notch.
You talk about somebody else now. You talk about the wrong person.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah. We talking about. I got you. We talk about Cleveland. We talking about Cleveland giving up the number 2 pick to Jacksonville. So Jacksonville move up, and it took on Travis. So why would that I didn't understand that with Cleveland, knowing that they need every damn thing they could get, especially the defense is pretty decent. And I think that a cornerback / receiver would have helped them out more than what they eventually got.
My bad. Yes. To answer your question, yes, to lead that kind of confused me, but their move today kind of made me like, maybe they are doing something, because they just traded Elijah Moore.
Okay.
To Buffalo. I mean, the wide receiver that's there in Cleveland. Is it Elijah Moore?
I believe so. But
they just traded one of their top receivers to give Josh, Josh another weapon. So my thing is, you trade away one of your top receivers, and you gave Jacksonville that pick. I don't understand, because you could have old boy that could play both sides of the ball. Why not just get a 2-for-1?
Yeah. That is true. And coming back to you, Matt Professor, even though we're gonna talk about Shedeur a little bit later about his basically where he got drafted, but if Cleveland know that they was gonna pick him later on, they could have had that same tag team again, just like what made him great at Colorado, because Shedeur was throwing him the ball.
Right.
Say, why wouldn't they keep that pick, knowing that later on in the draft they would have picked somebody like Shedeur? Your thoughts, Matt Professor?
Well, because Travis wasn't their priority. They drafted to their priority. I don't now getting a defensive tackle, I don't understand, because like you said, I believe their defense was top 10 last year.
Right.
So I don't understand their logic behind that. And they don't really need a receiver. They do need a cornerback. And to me, it brings up the obvious that, again, Hunter wasn't who they had their eye on at cornerback, and they didn't feel that taking him as a cornerback at the number 2 spot would help them at all, because their corners weren't bad last year. They weren't world beaters, but they weren't bad last year. In fact, Cleveland was one of my favorite defenses to watch last year. I
carried their defense the whole year in my fantasy.
So did I. So like I said, corner wasn't a priority for them, and honestly, that's the only place I see Travis being a full-time starter is at corner. So it doesn't surprise me that they backed out of that position and then gave up Elijah Moore today. Because again, their priority wasn't corner. Receiver, they have serviceable receivers. They don't have a great quarterback.
Yeah.
So I mean that goes to your question is,
that's my other point, man, Professor.
Why not take Shedeur at number 2? But it wasn't their priority.
And to add fuel to the fire for what man Professor just said, do you see what their quarterback room looked like?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the quarterback room is trash. But honestly,
what the hell?
We'll talk about that part later. We'll talk about that.
I guess the reason why I say my question to you, Shata, is you keep him because your quarterback room, because Deshaun Watson didn't work out the way that you wanted him to work out, because that you got, I think, Kenny Pickett, this is his 3rd team in 4 years?
In 4 years, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
My wife said something today.
No, 3.
To your point.
3 years. 3 years. So that and that's what I'm saying. It's because your defense was serviceable. You had a decent defense. That means that, to me, your defense is going to be on the field more than your offense. So you need somebody to hopefully get you the ball back, and hopefully get the ball back in a good position so that your sorry offense could basically try to score some points, because they don't have Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb still rehabbing after he
That's
what
I'm saying. You didn't get man.
Well, they did take Quishon Judkins in the 2nd round.
Yeah.
Quinshon, rather.
Yeah. So Shata, talk a little bit more about that. About their offense is trash. I hate to say it that way, but they're not one of the high-power offenses. And defense do win championship, and I think that Hunter would have been a good fit. But of course, Jacksonville saw something, and I guess they're trying to help Sunshine out so that he won't be a bust in the league. So I understand the trade, but then again, I really don't.
Man on the street, you hit the nail right on the head. I didn't understand that at all, because I don't see where Sunshine is going to improve from that draft. He was falling off before he had a terrible year. He started started the season off like a flash in the pan, like he was going to show us something, and then he just gradually digressed as the season went on. So I don't see where you building an offense around him is an upside. He's got the weapons there to do what he do. He just can't get them the ball.
You just can't give him the ball. Yeah, you got that right, and that's what I'm saying.
I don't understand that logic at all.
What's up, classmate? I got you.
I don't understand that logic at all. But at the same time, like my wife said today, because she's a big Prime fan, she said to me, she said, "Babe, you ever thought that maybe Cleveland is using Shedeur Sanders as a draft stock to get out of that bad contract with both them boys? Because they did sign their big boy to a humongous contract, and they still stuck with Deshaun Watson. So they might have some damn players to wheel and deal to get out from under that daggone cloud."
Yeah, that is true. That is true. And I'm glad my classmate brought that up, man. Why didn't the Steelers basically take a quarterback, in your opinion, knowing that they need one? Math Professor, you go first.
Because they don't believe that any of the quarterbacks, and I said this coming into this draft, none of these quarterbacks are really worth better than a third-round pick.
I think we all say that this is one of the poorest quarterback classes that we've seen in a while.
The fact that you wasn't the fact that you weren't going to get what you would consider a organizational quarterback, don't waste that pick this year. Next year, the quarterback class is a bit deeper coming out of college. So I mean, them going through free agency to try to find their starter is fine. I mean, they obviously still believe all the quarterbacks are gone now that started last year, right?
That's right. Yeah. They brought Rudolph back because you remember
they brought Mason Rudolph. That's what I thought. They obviously believe he's a good stopgap measure while they prepare for next year. Okay. So I mean, like I said, none of these quarterbacks, including the one my team took in the second, I would have wasted anything higher than a third on.
Yeah, and I'm gonna get your thoughts, Shata, because my classmate, big Steelers fan, diehard Steelers fan, and Big Doe too. Big diehard Steelers fan.
He is,
I guess they still hoping that Aaron Rodgers would, sign him, but I haven't heard anything about that with Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers courtship in a while. So do you think that's the reason why they didn't take a quarterback in the draft? Shots?
Yes, because you have to understand the Steelers are old time blood. The Rooneys still run, Pittsburgh, and they believe in Mike Tomlin. You understand what I'm saying? They believe in that dude. And if Mike Tomlin, when I saw that Pittsburgh went and go, I know exactly what Mike Tomlin is doing. When they signed Rudolph, was his tail. He was like, okay, this guy knows my offense.
Yes.
So I don't have to spend a whole damn offseason teaching some young cat that I don't think is ready for the NFL. Waste our time doing it. I'm just going to go ahead and let my team build from where we were. They're not starting from scratch with Rudolph.
Yeah, you're right.
And Rudolph knows that organization and knows that locker room. So, the only thing they're missing is when they traded my man Harris to Arizona now? Najee Harris. I love that dude.
Oh, yeah.
They traded away Najee Harris, but at the same time, Mike Tomlin, even if he brings Aaron Rodgers onto the team, it's basically a tryout. He ain't investing in no Aaron Rodgers. You crazy.
No, not past this year. And Matt Professor, you made a great point. I think the quarterback class coming out next year is a better class.
Yes.
And you brought it up, Matt Professor. You brought up, I think you had the 9th pick. You had the 8th or the 9th?
9th.
You had the 9th pick, and then y'all picked the quarterback. So my question to you is, what grade, and I'll tell you, Shata, what grade would you give your NFL team overall draft pick this year? So what would you grade your team and all the picks that they combined to help the New Orleans Saints out this year? What grade would you give them?
C+, no higher than a B-. Well, because I'm always the Saints is one of those teams like Cleveland that needed every damn thing.
Yeah.
And this year's draft, since they have a new coach, you could see they did a lot of picks for depth rather than flashy picks.
Yeah.
And so like they didn't draft a wide receiver this year, which is something that they needed. They need a number one receiver. They didn't draft any. They picked up some in undrafted free agents, but they didn't address wide receiver in the draft and I thought wide receiver was one of the deeper wide receiver and running back were two of the deeper positions this year in the draft.
Yeah.
So like I said, they answer the quarterback. I hope this quarterback they pick is at least better than Derek. He couldn't be worse than Derek Carr. Because honestly, I went back and looked at some of his game tape, and except for some throws when he's under pressure, the dude is not bad at all. He's just too goddamn. He's just too old for me. I mean, he's coming in at 25 years old.
Yeah.
And by 25 years old, you know whether or not most quarterbacks are going to be good or bad in the NFL anyway.
Yes, I think that's what they say. They say that there hasn't been a quarterback that's 25 or older has not fared well in the NFL. Right. It's just something about, you go back to what's my man from Florida State, Chris Winkie. You remember him? He was He came in. He was
30 years old.
Yeah, he damn near 30. and
the same thing with Christian Ponder.
Yeah, same thing.
Christian Ponder,
Yeah. Oh God, look at it. Look at Joe talking about the Falcons got an A+ on the draft.
And they still got an F- in coaching. So who gives
That's right.
And
A+ in the draft.
I got you. Shata, how would you grade your team, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, with their draft picks this year?
B-. They still got Baker Mayfield. No matter what they draft, it's going to be a B-.
God damn.
That's fucked up.
They will, as long as Baker Mayfield is on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I love my Bucs to our heart, but I despise that Baker Mayfield boy so much. I don't believe in nothing they tell me. Listen, the Bucs will never win a championship with Baker Mayfield. I want every Bucs fan to hear me. We will never win a championship with Baker Mayfield. He's not a winner.
You didn't even like the man's State Farm commercials? Was it State Farm?
If you give him a commercial, he's going to throw at least 4 picks a game.
All right, now I want you to remember this. Now you have this forever, because if they do win the Super Bowl next year, I don't want to see you talking about.
There is no way in God's green earth Baker Mayfield could take us to the promised land. Yeah. There's no way.
Yeah, they did.
They did. Yes, they did.
Shit.
They did.
Hailing.
Tim Dog, man, I'm glad you was able to join us, man. So basically,
I got this.
I got you. But we don't move on.
Drivers and we
don't move on. We don't talk shit about you being old.
I know. I heard.
All right, then. But your team
on that pick on our somebody said about that pick that we think about this. Our coach for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers is a defensive-minded coach. What you don't understand is our defense is getting old. Mike Evans is getting old. We need to start rebuilding. Yeah.
And then who's coming off the injury? Was it Mike Evans that got hurt?
No, Chris Godwin.
Godwin got hurt. Yeah.
Yeah, we old, man. I mean, these guys played with Tom Brady.
I got you. I see you, Johnny May. You give your Steelers an F. Damn, an F-.
Well, only because they didn't pick a quarterback.
I got you. Yeah,
I could see that coming.
I could see that coming as well.
They all upset, but I'm telling you, man, this dude has never missed the playoff. Why would you trust in a rapist Ben Roethlisberger, but you won't give the man who never lost a daggone losing season no credit? Come on, man.
I don't think it's that. I think that they're used to winning and they're used to Super Bowls. They don't want a Super Bowl in every goddamn decade. If you think about it, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. It's just the fact that if you're used to winning, it's hard to be just one and done in the playoffs.
Well, you got to understand too. There's two sides to that point for me as well, because you can't be the Steelers can't be not flexible in this new age. It's almost like the same thing in the NBA. It's almost like the team that didn't get the shooters that could match some of the shooters. You were like falling way behind. So I think with the Steelers, they're used to having these longevity players like the Bettises and all them that stay around for that 8-9 years. We don't have the kind of
Worthless
players no
burgers.
more.
Yeah.
These boys nowadays, they ain't built like that. These boys are like softer than the other side of the pillow.
I got you. And what we talking about, Tim Dog, is the draft picks for your on Baltimore Ravens. How would you grade your team on a scale? You know, Johnny Merritt gave her team a F-. So I think Bad Professor, what you gave yours a B minus?
C minus, no more than a B minus, if I remember right.
And of course, Shota gave Tampa Bay a F because they still got Baker Mayfield. So
well, it's not an F. I said a B minus.
Oh, you gave a B minus.
It will never be an A because as long as Baker Mayfield is on that team, will never be an A echelon team.
All right, thank you for correcting me. So Tim Dog, how would you rate your team's draft pick this year?
Ravens, I'll give them a good grade because they had a lot of draft picks too. So, and I'm looking ahead. They defense and offensive line, that's pretty good to me.
Yeah. So what's the grade?
From Georgia. Yeah.
What's the grade though?
What's the grade?
I said a B. I would say a B plus. I would even give them an A only because they have so many that they can choose from. So
I got you.
Give them that.
You know, when you ask the old player,
I had 9 picks and I still gave them a C minus.
Yeah.
Well, that's because y'all
they got everything already.
You could tell Tim Dog. You could tell Tim Dog's an old player. I asked him what grade he give him. I give him a good grade.
Right. That's like I wrote a 15-page report on in high school on World War II, and the teacher, without even reading, gave the shit a B plus. I was fucking offended.
Yeah.
Bro, get your brother, man.
What Joe say?
Get your brother, dude.
Is Trash still Mayfield back up in town?
You could have said that in a private message. You ain't had to put it out there like that.
Well, of course, you know, for the Super Bowl Eagles did what they need to do. They got a defensive tackle. They also got a linebacker. You know, they got a great cornerback to replace Slay. And of course, you know, who else we lost? What's my man?
The offensive lineman, which I think.
Sauce Gardner in the back. You know,
no, I was talking about y'all road grader on the offensive line.
Yeah, we lost Sauce Gardner. We traded him away, and of course, we let Slay walk. So I think
CJ.
What?
Yeah, CJ. That's Sauce. I say Sauce Gardner. CJ Gardner.
CJ.
Yeah, I keep saying Sauce. Yeah, Sauce, the wide receiver from
the Jets.
Yeah. My bad. But yeah, so I give them an A plus. Like always, how it works is magic. You know.
Wait. So they got rid of both of them guys, and who they pick up in the draft?
They picked up some dude from Texas. They pick up a cornerback from Texas.
Okay.
They also picked up a linebacker and a defensive tackle. So I mean, they're making moves, man. Like I think we all can agree that defense wins championship. The offensive side of the ball looks pretty good. That's why if you look at the Eagles, they signed all those guys to long contracts. So nobody should be mad now. The offensive line is probably the best offensive line in football.
Correct.
Then you know what I'm saying. So the defensive side, when we had that slide the year before Super Bowl year, you had to show that up. And I think that how he knows how to basically make sure he real tools for later on, and hopefully we'll run it back again. But man, that's a good topic. Now, Shota, we get to talk about your boy. And I wanted to get your thoughts on why Shedeur Sanders slid.
The NFL told us that the on-field front, they don't think Shedeur Sanders is as good as Mel and I do. I had him 16th on my final big board. I believe Mel had him 4th overall. Maybe it was 5th, somewhere in that top 5. The second part of it is perhaps the more important part here, Greeny. The NFL told us that the intangibles and everything that comes along with Shedeur Sanders were simply not good enough, whether it was specific to the pre-draft process or during the entirety of his 4-year college career. It is the perhaps confidence, perhaps in the eyes of NFL teams perceived as arrogance that Shedeur Sanders maybe would bring to the table. Those are things that no one said specifically. But let's make no mistake about it. The NFL is willing to make concessions on players at times if they can play. But when you go to the 5th round as a quarterback, it's telling us that we don't have a belief strongly enough in you as a player, and also that we have concerns about what happens once we draft you and all of the stuff that we have to deal with going forward. I know that it's a difficult subject to broach in some ways, but the stone cold facts are 143 players, including 5 quarterbacks, Greeny, went ahead of Shedeur Sanders. The NFL did not send a subtle message. They sent a very loud and pronounced message to all of us, not on Thursday or Friday, but Saturday afternoon. I considered a lot of things throughout the pre-draft process. One thing that I never considered was the possibility that Shedeur Sanders would go on day 3 of the draft.
I'm coming to you first, Shota, but I'm going to get my little spill out first. You know, to hear this guy talk about Shedeur Sanders, from my recollection, Shedeur Sanders never was a disturbance on his team. He never put his teammates down. He wasn't a Baker Mayfield who I think he got arrested. And then they say, hey, don't worry about him getting arrested. And he got picked number 1. He wasn't a Johnny Manziel who flamed out, who partied all the goddamn time. And I don't understand that they made excuses for these guys and that basically got in trouble. And these guys went number 1. But Shedeur Sanders, somebody that walked in with confidence, somebody that take pride in who he is. Because the way that he acted towards, I guess, the owners. So my question to you first, Shota, is do you agree Shedeur sliding draft because he was overhyped or the NFL wanted to teach him and Deion a lesson?
That will be the latter. And I say that for the mere fact there's been a lot of talk about this. Listen, the great Maya Angelou had a beautiful saying: when somebody shows you who they are, believe them.
The first time.
Why are we even broaching the subject of race and NFL? You understand? The NFL, we all love the NFL, but we also know that the NFL is ran by old dark money from the racist days of America, which was this country was built on the backs of us, and now they're exploiting us in the NFL, and then telling us what we are worth, and then teach us a lesson when we live up to that worth, because we need to be taught a lesson and to stay in our place. For real? So you telling me all of that money that Shedeur Sanders brought to the NCAA and Travis Hunter, all that money they brought to Colorado that all these cats benefited from, all of this press that ESPN got with Stephen A. Smith and all them flying out there to the games and having all-stars there. So now you treat this dude and he lives up to the numbers and the expectations and surpasses them. But because he's braggadocious and Deion's son, we're going to go ahead. That's cool. That's cool, though, because the thing that I love about the NFL, they love to eat crow. So I'm going to sit back and watch this.
I got you. And the same thing to you, Mad Professor. You know, I called out a couple of names, and then there are some even worse than that, but still got picked. But Shedeur Sanders, only thing you can say about him is that he's Deion Sanders' son, and he's also very braggadocious. He's confident in who he is. And do you believe that he was either he was overhyped, or do you think that the NFL was trying to teach Deion Sanders and Shedeur a lesson? Your thoughts?
It was a combination of both. Because I said when college football season started last year, I didn't think he was as good as his numbers said, because his dad has always been his coach from Pee-wee football, high school, both colleges. His dad was always his coach.
God damn, Tim.
So his dad's always been his coach, so he was used to being the center of
attention
and the philosophy of the team.
Yeah.
That being said, I'm gonna take one from Farrell. With that being said, though, teaching his dad a lesson through him, because they couldn't teach his dad a lesson. They taught his dad a lesson that he understood when he was a player. Because if you remember, as a player, especially when he was with Atlanta, as braggadocious as he was, nobody ever considered him the number one cornerback. They considered him a good cornerback, but not the best cornerback in the league at the time.
At the time,
it wasn't until he backed some of that shit down, went to San Francisco and Dallas, where he kind of rehabbed his image, that they started saying, okay, this guy's the greatest cornerback in the league. And the fact that his son, the you know, the NFL, it's what I say about most white people. Let me take this away from the NFL exclusively. And my wife always gets mad when I say this, is the reason. I'm gonna ask you a question. Why do some white people hate movies like Malcolm X, hate movies like Rosewood, and hate their own history with black people and brown people being brought up, but they love fucking movies like The Blind Side and The Pursuit of Happiness?
Because it's lies.
Exactly. They love the propaganda. They love the white man saved this black man or this black family from something, not this white family killed these black people and their dreams. They don't like that shit. So the fact that Shedeur was born into money, no matter how you look at it, he has his own clothing line that he's had since high school.
Yeah.
So he was born into money. He's braggadocious without having a whole lot of the hardware to back it up. They had to show this boy a lesson that, hey, if you humble yourself like Jalen Rose, not Jalen Rose, your quarterback. No, Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts, who's behind the scene, one of the most militant Negroes you'll ever meet.
Yeah.
But in public, he don't brag. He's rarely ever emotional at all.
Yeah.
Dak Prescott, as much as I dislike him, he plays the game the way he should play it to get what he wants.
Yeah.
And then you have players like Baker Mayfield. When the white players, they can be braggadocious on their own skills. Always.
Yeah.
They can always tell you how good they think they are.
Yeah.
But as a black man in the public eye, whether or not you're good and you're better than your peers, you have to play the game the way they want you until they give you what you want. You black people have to constantly beg and show that we deserve what we've earned. We deserve what they want to. We deserve what we believe that they should fucking give us. And then when we get it, we can go ahead and act the way we want to act. But up until that point, right, they've got to give it to us. And until that fucking point, you got to remember, hey, if I'm playing in this league who's owned by, like Shada said, old white money, you've got to play that old white game until you fucking get it yourself. So, like I said, I hate to ramble that long, but it was a combination of both things. And the fact that his interviews, he was a braggart in his interviews and arrogant in his interviews, which is what keeps coming out, doesn't work for a black quarterback. I'm sorry. I mean, it barely works for a black running back. It damn sure don't work for a black quarterback.
And it damn sure don't work for a black man in the military, because I tell you what, they hated my ass, but I said what I had to say.
Yeah, and I guess what I'm about to say is that why is that then? Because if you know Dion, if you know his sons, that's how they've been their whole life. So what did you expect them to come in and do, Shata? What do you expect him to come in and say, hey, play the game? Or this is the way he is. So if I can't change who I am for somebody else, for you to feel happy. So, but then I'm not being my true self. And then if you act that way on the football field, if I be the quarterback that you want me to be, and then I'm not successful, then people will say, oh, he's a bust. Mm-hmm. But if you let me be myself and I got there and win, then to me, it basically defeats the purpose of, I guess, trying to play the game. Shots.
That clip that you played with that Ku Klux Klan wearing ass, looking ass, Gomer Powell dude talking about the NFL, what I saw and what we heard and all of that bullshit. He's just repeating what the league has told him and framed it for it to sound like.
Yeah, that's true.
He sounds like a complete dumbass. If you go by what ESPN metrics say, you will go ahead and miss every single. You will buy into exactly what the Mad Professor said they're doing.
Yeah.
Because the minute any one of us shine bright like a star, they immediately start finding stuff to go ahead and pin on us. They started it. They did it plain as day with Obama. The man put on a tan suit, and they almost impeached him for it. White America does not like to see black families win. They don't like it. Because my thing is, what was Peyton Manning's claim to fame? His daddy Archie, what was his record in New Orleans?
absolute fucking trash. Same as it
Okay,
was
then,
when he
but they
went
talked
to
about that every
the
damn game,
Vikings.
like he was up there with freaking daggone. What's that coach in Alabama? With the
Brad Bryant.
They put him up there with Brad Bryant. That man sucked. But you went ahead and praised how great he was. Eli Manning was a subpar quarterback at best at freaking daggone Shedeur standard. You praised him. Johnny Manziel, like you said, ran around acting the fool, getting drunk and all kind of crazy. Y'all praised him. You did it with Matt Leinart when Reggie Bush was there. Oh, he did. But you stripped him of his daggone title, but you let Pete Carroll walk into a Seattle Seahawks job with nothing to daggone say nothing about Pete Carroll. But you stripped Reggie Bush of his Heisman. See, you see the game that they fucking play? This is the game that the NFL plays.
But that's my point. That's my point is, as a black person who's better than everybody else, you have to be humble in it. And that's kind of the issue. I mean, look at Muhammad Ali. They wanted to prove a point to him by making him go to war when he said he wasn't going to no damn war because the Charlie ain't do him shit.
And they ain't do nothing to him.
And yeah, Charlie ain't do me nothing. So why would I go do something to him? And that's the problem, like I said. And I'm glad you brought up the Mannings again, because you know how much I fucking dislike the Mannings.
You got the Manning t-shirt in your closet right now.
Look at
Tim Dog, you loud as hell.
At the fuck you just made me forget the oldest. Peyton had allegations of sexual misconduct at UC, but that kind of shit is overlooked.
Yeah, swept under the rug.
Because again, he has the hue, the protection of that.
He said the hue or lack thereof.
that gets him the protection. Like the great Paul Mooney said, the complexion for the protection of the collection. I would never fucking
SNL,
forget.
Baby.
Yeah. So Tim Dog, you know, with Shedeur, did you see him sliding all over to the 5th round? And Matt Professor, I'm gonna come back to you because the quarterback that y'all picked, I want you to compare those two if you can. Tim Dog, what are your thoughts? Did you see Shedeur sliding that far? And do you believe that it was a conscious effort by all the teams in the league to show that either he was overhyped or we're going to teach these guys a lesson, him and his father? Your thoughts?
I mean, I agree with Shada and Mad Professor, especially what Mad Professor said, about Jalen Hurts. It's just sad that we still live in a society where, old money still rules, even though old money is made off the backs of everyone that doesn't look like them. and I mean, Stevie wanted to see what's going on. The NFL know what they're doing, but what can you do? You have a president that's in office that applauds decisions like this.
Facts.
That tells them, even though he got ousted because they didn't want him to have a team because of the way he is, but now they have to cater to the atmosphere that's going on.
Facts. Right, nice segue.
And I even said that Shedeur is not going to go in the 1st round only because of this situation. I mean, the kid is smart. The kid is good. So what? He's, brash. You want that in a player, especially a quarterback. You don't want somebody going out there being all timid or, better yet, brash and ain't got no ass. Baker Mayfield.
Hallelujah!
So, I mean, it's Shedeur knew what he was getting into. I'm sure his dad probably coached him on it or talked to him as a father. But now all he has to do is go out and prove everyone wrong. Do the same thing that Jalen Hurts is doing, like Mad Professor said. On that field, humble yourself, be professional, get them wins. But once you get off the field and you establish your platform, then you can do it. You can go out there and say, "I told y'all." Then you can go out there and say, "Who slept on who?"
Yeah, I'm agree with that. Then I'm gonna disagree because it's comes to a point where that we shouldn't have to do that though. We shouldn't have to humble yourself. And that's just me. You shouldn't have to humble yourself to make them feel safe or make them feel good.
Comfortable.
You should be who you are. If you wanted that player, you go draft somebody like a Eli Manning.
No,
But
he can be who he is.
I'm just saying, off the field, on the field, I'm the same person, because if you look at these other players that I mentioned, they got in trouble. This young man never did anything detrimental to his team. To me, I never see anything. But hey, I don't have that type of money either. But Matt Professor,
when you get your platform, when you establish yourself, bring that up and let people know. But right now, he's trying to get his foot in the door. I'm not saying, go out there and humble yourself to where, you're yes, sir, massa, Moti, sir. No, you go out there and do your thing on the field and let everyone who passed you over or talked about you and show them that, oh, y'all were wrong. That's me. That's how I would take it.
I got you. And Matt Professor, matter of fact, you say that you didn't want your team to take Shedeur, but they took another quarterback. So do you prefer that quarterback over Shedeur, or is the push?
What I actually said was I don't want them to take shit this year because I didn't like none of these fucking guys, to be perfectly honest with you. And I hope that Tyler Schaff, since that's how you Shock or Schaff, however you pronounce his name, I hope he proves me wrong. I hope Shedeur Sanders proves me wrong, because like I said, I brought those two up specifically last week before the draft that I didn't want my team to pick either one of them. I didn't like any of them, but I specifically chose the two of them because I knew that's where the signs were pointing to. Now having Schaff pick Shock. How the fuck do you pronounce this dude's name? And I don't mean to offend Mr. Tyler.
Yeah.
I don't know how to pronounce his name. What's sad is I've been practicing this shit all day because I knew this question would come up. But I hope he proves me wrong. But the point of fact is, I didn't want Shedeur here because I said last week, I don't think his style of play fits what the Saints are trying to do, which is since they have Kellen Moore, which is what the Eagles did.
Yeah.
And the reason why I always told you the last couple of years that I thought that Jalen Hurts was just missing one little thing to get him to the next level is because he played in pro style offenses, which is what Tyler's done his last 2 years. He's played in last year rather. He played in a pro style offense, so he's taken snaps from directly behind the center, from under center. He didn't do shotgun. And Shedeur has done shotgun his entire playing career. I don't think I ever saw him I watched Colorado and Jackson State at least six times a year, and he was in a shotgun
the whole time,
entire time. But see, and Joe, you bring it up, but that's what we keep saying is the hype for white quarterbacks is different from. You got to remember, they don't look at black people, even when Obama was in office. They don't look at black people as leaders, which is fucking amazing. They said that Obama was run by George Soros and everybody, but soon as Joe Biden got elected, they said this motherfucker is being run by Obama, so they can't make up their fucking mind. Racists can never make up their fucking mind on shit. But they say that they look at black people as not the leaders that they're naturally born into.
Yeah.
And so, like I said, I didn't want Shedeur here because I didn't think he fit with the offensive philosophy that my team has. But I think the kid is good. I just didn't see him as, my first, second, or third round pick.
And that's I'm about to say, and that's the honest thing. If the teams would have come out and say that, I don't think that he would fit what we are trying to do.
And that's what I said last week.
Yeah, but to put out the information that you put out on him, talking about him. You know what I'm saying? Because I think it was Ryan Clark. He was saying those type of things you say about a player, you keep that in-house. You keep that in-house. You keep that to the team. You don't put that out there. And then if you're going to put it out there, hey, put your name on it. But Tim Doug, I agree with you. I think Shedeur, he's going to get a chance. He's in Cleveland. The quarterback they got ahead of him. Was that the one that threw the ball in the dirt? When I saw that's the one, that's your quarterback, Matt Professor.
Like I said, I hope he proves me wrong.
Okay,
I really fucking do, because I want my Saints to win, but like I said, I said last week, and I don't think I said it on here, but I said it in passing to one of my friends that I was by hanging by Saturday rather, before the draft. Is this Tyler Shock guy?
Yeah.
He's
You get it right.
24 years old.
Yeah.
25 years old rather. He'll be 26 as the season starts.
So, yeah.
He's had 3 injuries his last 3 years in three of his last 4 years in college.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, granted, none of those injuries were tendons or muscles. They were all bone breaks.
Yeah.
But still, I didn't think that he would be. I mean, I'm just glad they didn't reach for this nigga in the top 5. I mean, in the first round. That'd have pissed me off.
And you know, and speaking of, I know one of your favorite teams, shout out to the New York Giants. They picked up a quarterback, but it seems as though that they just went and got another Daniel Jones. So I don't have the video on it, but if you was to look at that quarterback, they did pick up I think they got up a good player. But my question to you is, he wanted to get Lawrence Taylor's number, right? He asked permission. Of course, you know, I call him the greatest football player ever to me, Lawrence Taylor, coke and all. Lawrence Taylor told him, no, go make your own number famous. So what are your thoughts about that? Bricky wanting to get Lawrence Taylor number unretired, then Lawrence Taylor telling him, hey, go make your own mark with your own number. Your thoughts, Shata?
Lawrence Taylor, hands down, will arguably be the best linebacker to ever play the position. I haven't seen anybody on his level. Michael Parsons on his way.
What's up, Juan? What's up,
Juan?
I mean,
he thought we got rid of him.
You mean he's not gonna use those cards up?
Yeah.
But for as long as I watch football, the only person I see coming close to him or has the ability to is Michael Parsons. Aaron Donald did his thing, but still.
See, I muted your mic. You never put Lawrence Taylor in the damn same as no goddamn Michael bitch-ass Parsons.
Dude.
Yeah. Hey, you keep talking that shit. I'm gonna call ICE and tell him you're not really a citizen. You gonna send your ass back to Jamaica.
No, I'm just making.
Oh my God.
I'm just making a point, bro.
I got you.
They're gonna send it to El Salvador.
Don't do that. I'm just letting you know right now, okay?
I say ICE, boy. He got scared quick, isn't it?
I'm gonna tell you like this right now. I hope they're listening, and I hope they fuck around and then come to my door. I will leave it open.
I didn't mean to cut you off, man. Go ahead, my brother. I'm sorry.
I'm just saying they could come on. I got a Claymore mine out there waiting for them. All I'm saying is, bro,
because we can.
That's why I ain't going by that nigga house.
I got you lost your thoughts. The guy I'm gonna get it back on track. The guy that the Giants picked, he wanted to get Lawrence Taylor's number, but Lawrence Taylor told him no. Go out and make your own.
I'm trying to figure out whether I'm not. I just don't. I don't hold numbers as like
in reference.
Yeah, that's stupid. It's a number. I mean, come on, man. Like, get your own number. Why do Lawrence Taylor get the damn monopoly on number 56?
I guess Michael Jordan get the monopoly on 23.
No, the hell you don't.
I guess for that team. I mean, if he was going to another team, you get 56.
Right.
But if you're going to the New York Giants, you already know 56. You're not getting that number.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say.
Right.
I'm not going to say just like understand like when Michael Irvin said that he loves seeing 88 out there on the field. You love seeing 88 out on the field until the wide receiver that has your number plays like shit.
Right.
Right.
You say,
I'm not gonna say that he's worried about somebody playing like shit, but the number is revered now.
That's right.
When you say who's number 56, immediately a football fan gonna say Lawrence Taylor.
Lawrence Taylor, yeah.
So you know, I mean, and I'm glad the guy asked Lawrence Taylor, would it be okay? I mean, that does show some reverence, but I'm no.
I'm Jamaican.
I'm like Lawrence.
That number.
I'm like Lawrence. I'm like Lawrence Taylor. Make your own. That's like if one of these quarterbacks the Saints pick up want number 9. No.
Yeah.
That ain't your number.
That ain't your number. And Tim Dog, what's your thoughts on the number thing before we move on to the NBA playoffs? You know, do you think that the guy was right by asking Lawrence Taylor, and the way that Lawrence Taylor told him, because they sat down and he told him, say, hey, make your own mark. You know what I'm saying? You don't need my number. Make your own mark. So do you agree the way that Lawrence Taylor handled it? And do you agree with the guy asking for Lawrence Taylor number to be unretired?
Yeah, I mean, it's an honor, I'm sure, for LT. And at the same time,
hold up, Tim Dell. Guess who just woke up from
I looked down at my phone and what the fuck?
Oh shit.
Man, why y'all text me, man?
Hey, you got some mayonnaise on the side of your mouth, man.
That motherfucker had a big ass sandwich. That motherfucker had a big ass sandwich. Right after Ramadan, he said I could eat again.
I looked up in a Coke can on the screen. What the fuck?
Hold up.
Hey, Dr. Pepper saved your life.
I got you. No, I mean to cut you off. Go ahead, my brother.
No, but the young man did right by asking first.
Oh, goddamn.
I mean,
Juan, you ain't shit. Juan, you ain't shit. You ain't shit, Juan.
Oh yeah.
Okay, you see one of them, you need to fuck him up. I'm telling you that right now.
God damn.
Go ahead, Tilda. I'm sorry, man.
Yeah,
I'll be going all the way.
The young man did right by asking first, and LT, you know, that's it, the way he feels about it. Someone else may have felt different about it, and then at least, you know, they were cordial. I don't see a problem with him asking and LT saying no. And the young man, he probably said, you know what, you're right. Let me make my own mark. And at least I would. But you know, numbers are superstitious and sacred to players, especially if they had the same number since top one.
Shut the bomb, yard. Our number, now. None of it mean nothing.
Okay, it don't mean nothing to you because you're not looking for one. But for an athlete who's been playing all their life, that's the only number they had, or one. Yeah. So, you know, different people, different reasons. Not everyone's like that.
I got you. And what we talk about on Farrell is that Abdul Carter, the young man that the Giants picked up, he asked Lawrence Taylor to unretire his number so he could wear it, but Lawrence Taylor politely told him no and told him to go make his own mark. And what Shata is saying, that it's just a number. So what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on numbers that has been retired by a team and young players want to unretire that number and play with that number? Your thoughts?
I'm actually going to go with Mr. Michael Irvin on this one. Since his number hasn't been retired, he said, why would I want my number retired when anytime a player is on the field wearing my number, they always going to remember me. He said they'll don't remember his numbers when they pass away or whatever the case is, when they have them up there in the rafters. He said they always think about me when I'm on the field. So I kind of agree with that. Yeah, you can honor the person. You know the player is going to go to Hall of Fame or whatever the case is, or if they're in already. But if you see that number, you're always going to equate that player to me. So yeah, let my number stay on the field.
But can I say this though? Then I want to get a response. Michael Irvin, Lawrence Taylor. If I say 88, if I just say 88, I can say Lynn Swan. You see what I'm saying? I'm thinking Lynn Swan. If I say 56,
I was gonna bring that up.
If I say 56, I said who wore 56 the best? Who you gonna go to? Lawrence Taylor. See, there's a bunch of 88.
That's true, but his number is also signified with just the New York Giants.
Yeah, but right? I'm just saying though. But no, I'm just saying though. But we just say if I say the best linebacker to ever weigh number 56.
Yeah, well, we always going to agree because even when Hardy Nickerson wore 56 for Tampa Bay, we thought about Michael. I mean,
Lawrence
Taylor. The greatest linebacker.
Yeah, so, but I just say I understand what you're saying. But with 88, man, I can say Lynn Swan, Michael Irvin, Drew Pearson. I mean, the list goes on and on.
Yeah. I mean, Des Bryant. Yeah.
But I agree with you, Michael Irvin. What he say when you think about 88, you're gonna think about Michael Irvin, Drew Pearson, all the great wide receivers. But my question is, What if the player that gets your number turn out to be shit though? And he like, God damn, I retired
Well,
my
he'll
number.
never be 56. So he it didn't tarnish him. It didn't tarnish LT one bit.
That's why I said number.
He just know that he didn't live up to him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he did live up to it. And like I said, LT was high all the damn time anyway. So
yeah. Hey, like I said,
it's a hell of a drug.
One
coke is a hell of a drug. Yeah. What did he say? The old man that's the equipment manager in New York. He would only give about 8 and 9 to a deserving player, but would never retire the number. Oh shit. Okay.
Well, I mean, 9 was retired last year, actually.
Okay. Okay.
When they put Breeze in the Ring of Honor, they retired the number 9.
Okay, then. All right, then. And then my next question is,
and fuck 8. Let me go wear 8.
Yeah, and this is my
Who's
next
number
question.
8?
Archie Manning.
Archie Manning.
Yeah.
Fuck that motherfucker.
And I'm glad you came on. I'm glad you came on, Farrell. You know, I'm gonna get you. I got this question just for you. Make sure did I write it down? It is. Was it a good look for Washington Commanders to move back to DC? Floor is yours, Farrell. You came at the right time.
Agreed.
Man, I'm kind of stuck because you know the team has been away for so long. It's almost reminding me of the Oakland Raiders when they were gone for a hiatus to come back, now to be gone for out of California for good. You know.
Yeah.
I would say it might be it can be a good look, but they still ain't got Redskins, and that's what we signify it with. So, you know, with them being where they're at, make a new mark, make a new name, make the name for themselves where they're at now.
Okay, I got you. And then they're moving it back to RFK Stadium. They're building the stadium on old RFK Stadium. So you don't like that.
If they go back.
Huh?
I said, and that's where it should be if they go back.
Yeah, and
that's what they're building it. Yeah, RFK.
Because that's the only place they got to put a stadium anyway. So they got choices there.
So, that's just like everybody in New Orleans want a new stadium for the Saints. Where the fuck you putting it?
Yeah, well, you with it. Like in the water, you gonna have a floating stadium with the
right.
You know, it was already used before.
And then you got to tear down the dome.
Then you
got to tear down the dome.
Yeah, they're gonna have the stadium in Lake Pontchartrain. What the fuck?
Right,
what are we talking about?
I got shots of your thoughts on the Commanders going back to DC.
Yeah, man, business with that, because if the name, what's the sense moving back to DC if you're not going to change the name back to Redskins? That makes no sense.
Because it's still Washington.
No, man. Listen. You understand? Redskin lore, Jack Kent Cook family. You understand? That team was the heartbeat of DC. When they change the name and sell the team to that that bottom feeder, stuck on the bottom. What the name? Daniel White.
Workplace environment.
There's a Daniel Sniper instead of Daniel Snyder.
That bottom feeder, they're going dick diving commie.
Yeah, man.
When they're going to move that team and change the name, it was all to rebrand. No, nobody wanted that. The Native Americans are saying, hey, what the hell? Y'all done listen to these damn Me Too people so much. Y'all done messed up the whole damn HTTR freaking daggone dynasty.
Yeah.
I got you. Let me get you in there, Matt Professor. I know you talked about your team wanting a new stadium, but like you said, where they're going to put it at. But what are your thoughts with the Commanders going back to DC? Is that a good look?
I think so, because I've always been of the mind, if you're going to have the city name on your team, it needs to be in that fucking city. I'm still pissed that the Giants left the Meadowlands and are in fucking Jersey.
Yeah.
Which makes no fucking sense.
No.
And Washington Commanders fans having to drive 2.5 hours to Maryland was the stadium in?
Well, it's not that far. No, it ain't about 20 minutes.
It's just traffic is bad getting there.
That's why I said 2.5 hours. That's why I said like a Monday night game. I know these people got to leave at 3 in the afternoon to be for a Monday night game.
That's usually 295.
I think I think it's a good idea for them to move back. I'm yelling. I'm sorry. I honestly don't have a problem with them going back. I like the idea of it because, like you said, it's always been Washington. Yes, it was Redskins, but it's always been Washington.
Washington, yeah.
So yeah, I'm good with it. I really am.
How about you, Tim?
You know, the stadium is aligned with, you know, the memorials, the Capitol,
Right.
It's in line with everything, and it just looks good, you know, when you look down.
It was a point of interest. So
yeah,
especially the way DC is designed.
Yeah. And Tim Dog, your thoughts? You was a former Redskin fan.
I'm not a former, I still am.
Motherfucker, you can't have two teams. I'm gonna keep telling you that.
Who are you? Who are you? The fan god or something?
That's damn right. Exactly. That's who I am.
You got a fan god.
No, it's man law, man. That's a man law. You can't have you can't do that.
I got to Tim Dog. Your thoughts with they're going back to DC, man.
That's man law rule, Pippin.
Hey. All I know is I know the Ravens aren't getting the stadium no time soon. So no, but it is a good look, and it's bad that people had to travel from DC to Maryland, 295, 95, all up in that congested area.
495.
Yeah, that too. So it's a good look for the Commanders. Not only that, you got a new ownership, you have a new quarterback, you have a new identity. So why not start with a new stadium?
Yeah, and you know what I think? I think they're trying to get the stench of Daniel Snyder off.
Yeah,
and that's why I think they're moving back. I think they're trying to move back to get back to I'm not a Redskin fan, but my cousins they love the Redskins. So my cousin Alicia, big Redskin fan, big Commanders fan. You know what I'm saying? And for them to go back, they're trying to get that back to that winning ways, because when they was in DC, they was winning. When they went to Maryland, up until this year, they wasn't winning shit.
1999 was the last year of Washington as we know it.
Yeah, so I think it's a good move as well. And we see if the names come back. You see,
it ain't.
I don't know with 47 in there. Hey,
look,
he might change
it. 47. Felon 47. Let's talk sports.
I got you.
Save it for Friday.
Matter of fact, let's move into the NBA. I don't have any.
Started. I was gonna run with him.
Yeah, I don't have any videos, but Matt Professor, I'm gonna get you first shot at this. What surprised you the most this year in the NBA playoffs? Of course. Who was that? Miami.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say.
By 55 points.
That's what I was gonna say. The fact that Cleveland blanked Miami.
Yeah.
With all the experience Miami has, mother. Whoo, shit.
And to lose by 55.
And to lose by 55 in the closing game. That man. Miami getting that ass spanked 4-0. That's my shock right there.
All right. And what about you, Shota?
I'm not really surprised. I mean, eventually in the NBA, the first round is always that round where it's like, are they or are they not? So I'm not really surprised by anything.
All right, then. What about you, Farrell?
The Milwaukee Bucks losing the way they did, and Damian Lillard, trade him. He gone.
Yeah, but he had the blood clot. He tried to come back.
Yeah, well, Drew Holiday, they should have never let go.
Right, that part.
And to watch a team that had the promise to actually be a contender in the East. I mean, it's the Bucks shouldn't have lost like that. Not in overtime, but who the hell is Halliburton?
Yeah. We're gonna talk about that big. Hold it, because I'm gonna bring that up.
Halliburton is a bad boy. He was in the Olympics.
Don't do that.
And I forgot to shout out my classmate. Yeah, she's a big, hate to say, big DC fan too. Miss Bryant.
No, I believe, man.
Yeah. Big, yeah. Yeah, y'all the second best team in the NFC East, but behind my But yeah. What about you, Tim Dog? What playoff team surprised you the most?
I'm gonna say OKC and Memphis, even though Ja got hurt. I mean, but OKC with them boys like woo. Ja was like, damn. So That's what surprised me. Not that I knew OKC was going to win. I just think they were going to sweep them like that.
Yeah, I'm like,
just it's just crazy.
I'm laughing at
Memphis just fired their coach.
Yeah, I'm laughing at I'm laughing at Joe. Joe said Cleveland slid up in Miami.
Yeah, they did.
They didn't even jump from the shot. That was
they did. didn't kiss him, didn't lube him up. Just
listen. Did you really think when Jimmy Butler left Miami, Bam Adebayo was going to be the man you're going to build around?
No.
Okay.
No. That's one thing. That's one thing you can say about Jimmy now. You can never say that Jimmy, when he goes to a team, that he don't ball out. He got an upped up attitude, but when he plays basketball, and his hairdo. Even Draymond Green said that the other night. He said that Jimmy Butler saved their season. Because Jimmy Butler is bringing that energy, you know.
Well, you can't depend on Draymond Green to do nothing but foul out. Shit.
Yeah, but I guess my biggest surprise is
it works for them.
I know what I'm going to say. The goddamn Lakers. The Lakers losing to Minnesota down.
They play tonight.
I'm just saying it's a surprise to me because I thought that they would play better than what they're playing, especially with Luka.
What gave you that idea? What gave you that idea?
I guess Tim Dog. I think Pharaoh said it too. Shock, you wasn't on the podcast during that time. We were talking last year championship when Boston played Dallas. Basically, Luka is a liability.
Yes,
everything's Olay.
Yes,
his ass. So
he's
now,
not lazy.
so now, Matt Professor, I don't gave you my shot. Do you still think that was a good trade, getting rid of Anthony Davis for Luka now that they're in the playoffs?
No, not at all. I said that when the trade went down, that would cost the Lakers a title. And anybody who said that the Lakers are the title favorites was stupid and deluded.
Yeah, well, Shannon Sharp. Well, he can't say shit no more.
Well, he can't say shit now.
Yeah, he can't say Lakers in 5.
He not say shit
because he eats some shit.
We're gonna be recording you. So Shannon, how you feel?
So Shota, do you think that the Minnesota Timberwolves going to close the Lakers out tonight?
I think they can. They are. I'll give them more than a daggone shooter's chance. I'll tell you that, because the way Luka's been playing, that dumb old lazy ass. I mean, it's not like the turnovers is a fight. It's like he literally runs and leaves the ball, and then like, oh, I was supposed to get it. What kind of turnovers are those?
I got you.
No, it's terrible. It is terrible.
But y'all see what's happening.
He lollygags down the court. I told y'all this when the trade happened.
Y'all see what's happening.
No, what's happening?
Out of shape, and he's gonna get to LA.
What's happening is everybody putting this shit on Luka. Like Luka, not the reason they're the number 3 seed. Because they were number 6 when Luka got there. They were 6 when Luka got there, and you know they were. So it was a stupid trade, but they were number 6 when they got there, and because of his offense, they're number 3.
What did I tell you at the beginning of the season? What I told you,
I guess
the biggest mistake the Lakers made was holding on to LeBron and making that guy play again.
That's the one you blame.
Retired.
That's the one you blame.
I agree with you on that point, but for me, coming to you from Pharaoh, for me, Anthony Davis was a rim protector, and you got rid of a rim protector for another scorer, but somebody that don't play defense. At least Anthony Davis does play defense. He stays hurt a lot, but he plays defense. And I
think Anthony Davis, once the trade happened, was the leader in blocks.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Because when it comes down to the playoffs, it's all about defense.
Right.
And right now, the Lakers is built offense. Their defense is garbage. So do you think that the Timberwolves going to close out the Lakers tonight?
Absolutely. I told my man at work. He said, nah, they ain't gonna let them win. They ain't gonna go out 4-1. I said, they ain't about what they're gonna let happen. Timberwolves are gonna take it. And I agree with you. JJ Redick, the coach that said the coach to beat us Yeah, right. You know, he was talking about we have no rim protection. No shit, bitch. We knew that when fucking Anthony Davis left.
It was left.
Who else is on the team? Like, really, who else is on the team to give you somebody in the middle?
I got you.
I'm glad you said that because you brought that up.
Hold that thought. Me get Tim Dog in here quick. Let me get Tim Dog. Got to get him in because Tim Dog. He ain't asked me no question. Now he gets sensitive.
Hey man,
Well,
the Orioles
man,
got beat up tonight, by the way.
My bad.
Tim Dog, your thoughts?
My
You
name
think the
ain't
Minnesota
Ralph Tresvant.
Timberwolves gonna close those boys out tonight?
I don't think tonight, but they will close them out. What everyone needs to know that. I mean, everyone knows it. And basketball is all about the cohesion. You know, being together like Boston. You know, they've been so many times that now they have that cohesion, even though Cleveland may have the better record, but Boston is still the favorite because they still have the exact same team and they play, you know, together. And that's
Born ass Celtics. Hope they lose. Sorry. My bad, Tim, man. It was on my mind.
You all right, because he hurt my feelings. He hurt yours.
That nigga got triggered real quick.
I got you. But
that and it just takes time. But Luka, he can add something to him. No one expects the Lakers to win, and if they do,
did you just say Luka could add something?
I said Luka can add something.
Yeah.
All they need to do
is
get someone that can replace, you know, AD. And just like with Dallas, they just need to get someone that's going to replace Luka. And that's all it is about basketball. You take something out, you got to add something in. And then when you add something in and it doesn't work out because of the cohesion, then you say, oh, well, fuck it. Let me go get something else. And then when you finally get something that works, you stick with it.
I got you. Shotzi, I'm coming back to you because I want to hear what you got to say. My thought on this is, you know, they got Luka because they're trying to get another superstar to replace LeBron James because LeBron James, he's long in the tooth and it's time for him to step away. But Luka,
he's still making 32.
I can't see the Lakers winning a championship with Luka the way that he plays basketball, the way that he doesn't play defense. I don't give a damn what pieces you try to put around him. Luka is a great player, but he's also a liability on defense. If he don't get in shape and he don't play the game the way that he's supposed to play, Tim Dog, one more damn time and your ass gonna get fined. I'm gonna stop finding your ass.
No, I'm just looking at it
I got you.
Houston is beating the shit out of Golden State by 30.
I got you, but somebody was beating somebody by 20 and they lost. Wasn't that that was Milwaukee.
Milwaukee.
Yeah, Milwaukee. So a lead, 30-point lead in the NBA don't mean shit no more. but Shotzi, you wanted to say something, man. Hopefully I didn't make you forget. What were you wanting to say?
And what he was saying about the JJ Redick bomber clock thing. Something about that. You know, them give that JJ Redick the boy there the job because he graduated from Duke University and in won a championship and ended up on first take with Stephen A. Django and the boy there in Dallas. See, those are the people he hung around with. So of course the decision making is going to be similar to those people. Has Jerry Jones made the Cowboys better?
Hey,
they won 4 under.
I'm just asking.
Not recently.
Okay, so if JJ Redick is hanging out with Stephen A. Smith for notoriety and ESPN First Take, and then they give him a job because he went to Duke, it's the same shit like the Giants daggone drafting freaking daggone Daniel Jones because he went to Duke. How did that work out?
Yeah.
I won't put that on Duke. I would say JJ got the job because of LeBron.
Yeah, JJ got the job because of LeBron.
Didn't I say LeBron should have retired last year? Didn't I not leave with that?
I got that, but I guess he did get the job because of LeBron, and he thought that he know X's and O's. Hey, shit, I know X's and O's.
You should know that LeBron was too old to finish a game. You know,
I'm agreeing. I'm agreeing with y'all. And like I was about to say, shit, I know X's and O's when I'm playing Madden because I can see the plays.
Right.
But if you put me out there on the actual goddamn field,
right,
shit, I don't know shit.
So right now, LeBron is leading the league. I mean, leading the league in
he wanted them.
The minute played.
Call of Duty.
And the reason why I say that is because JJ Redick, he played in the NBA, but he had a coach telling him the plays.
That's
now
right.
You're the coach. Now you got to come up with the plays, and you don't have any experience as being a coach. And that's the reason why I think the Lakers are having a difficult time. It does have something to do with LeBron James being over the hill. It does have to do with Luka being a turnover machine. But then you add in JJ Redick and his inexperience as a head coach. Hey, I hate this quote Shannon Sharp.
Candyland.
He was inexperienced of being a player in the NBA.
Yeah, it's just one of those things that you didn't see coming. But
what's wrong, Timothy?
It is what it is.
What I'm saying is this: y'all talking about LeBron can't do this, LeBron can't do that. I mean, right now he's got more minutes than anyone in the playoffs right now.
But
he's playing better than someone who's 20.
But Tim Dog, but that's the point.
If your car is not broke,
Tim ran over the point with his car.
Tim
just ran over the point with his car.
You're making the point. LeBron James shouldn't be the one with the most minutes.
Right. He shouldn't be, but he is, and he can produce.
And that is why in the fourth quarter of the last two games, he's only scored 2 fucking points.
Then you sit his ass down.
No.
But that hold on. Can I get this quick? Go
ahead.
Tim Dog. No, let me get this. Tim Dog, we are agreeing with you. But LeBron James should not be the focus point at this point in time. That's why you got somebody like a Luka that's what, 20? How old is Luka? 26, 27?
Yeah.
But I'm just saying what I'm saying is LeBron shouldn't be playing those type of minutes. You should be resting him for the fourth quarter. But they lose up a lead so goddamn fast. He has to stay out there. And just like the math professor just said, he damn near tired and he can't produce. And then the person that you brought in to produce, he's turning the goddamn ball over, like Pharaoh said. Who said that? He turned the ball over. Oh, do I need to get that?
Yeah.
He worried about a foul. He over there looking at the ref for a foul.
Oh, speaking of which, man, you need to play that video.
Yeah. I find it, man. My bad, Tinder. Remind me next week. You got to remind me. I'll be forgetting. But man,
like the man on the street was saying, we were saying that JJ Redick, being the person that came in is supposed to be an NBA guru, like he said he is, should have known not to freaking let LeBron stay out there too long so he'll have reserved energy at the end of the game. That's what we were discussing. JJ Redick is the one screwing up, and then he's talking about he ain't got no rim protection. Bitch, you knew that coming into it. So
yeah.
Like he's supposed to be, he was up for coach of the year. Now he's looking like coach.
I don't understand, and I still don't understand.
I don't understand that either.
Yeah, I don't understand how they put him as coach of the year. So
but man, that's it in a nutshell. I'm not hating on LeBron, but he is old in the tooth. But you pushing 40, like I say, man, I have trouble getting up out of bed in the morning. I think I'm full of energy, but shit, run up and down that damn.
Into our body.
You know what I'm saying. So, but that's just my take on that. My brother-in-law, he gonna have a fit. We talking about his Lakers. He didn't even pick up the goddamn. He didn't even pick up the damn phone. I tried to call him, talk about the Lakers, man. I guess he blocked my number.
Tell Timmy, hey, go out there and play. He can play. LeBron playing, he can play. Shit.
Well, that's on LeBron too, Coach. I'm tired.
Yeah, but man, y'all already took my discussion because we already talked about it. The discussion for the day was going to be about the Archie Manning and Deion. Why is Deion Sanders?
I had something to say about that. I'm sorry.
Hold on. You got something to say? Hell yeah, because me go ahead and get my video then. Before I just remembered, before we go to that, I got one more question, and we want to talk about the Bucks and the Pacers game. And I got the question. And I'm coming to you first, Matt. First, was Tyrese Halliburton's father wrong for competition with Giannis?
Anybody that's not on the team shouldn't be on the fucking court before or after the goddamn game. So yeah, he had no reason to be on the goddamn court.
Okay then.
And I wish Giannis would have punched the shit out of him.
I got you.
Giannis,
Arrow, your thoughts?
Absolutely. Why are you in the middle of the court taunting somebody when you didn't put shit in the game? Kind of like when Kobe Bryant's wife never shot a free throw, wanted all that money from his ass because he cheated on him. That's kind of like what happened with you go out on the court to take the blame off of you. I mean, take the shine off your son to put it on you because your son won the game. You ain't had nothing to do with that shit.
I got you. Shots. Your thoughts?
Yeah, that's his reaction in that whole situation is the reason why I had to go to counseling and stop coaching kids in little league basketball and flag football, because that's the parent that you got to meet in the parking lot when everybody else is not looking, and let that mug know. Either you come to practice and coach these kids, or you shut what we call the up.
Yeah,
right. I got you. Of course, and of course, Tim Dahl.
Hey, he was wrong as 4 left feet. So, but the man did apologize. He said it, through social media, and he apologized personally to Giannis and said that what he did was unacceptable. It just kind of reminds me of John Morant. What was it, last year with his dad and his posse?
See, to that point, man on the street panel, I apologize. I'm glad you brought that up, Tim. Just it made me think back to the prior conversation we had on this panel about, it just dawned on me. These motherfuckers young as hell. Usually when we grew up in the NBA, those are grown ass men type shit, but some of these cats are just, they just got off their mama titty like last week.
The apology is nice and all, but my mom always told me the best way to not have to apologize is to not do some stupid shit anyway.
I mean, come on.
He got caught up. Got caught up.
Man,
you never got caught up before. You ain't supposed to be somewhere, and you there, and you like,
when I wasn't supposed to be somewhere, I wasn't there.
Yeah, my thing is, I'm gonna say that I think it was a bad look, because you took the shine off of your son and put it on yourself. And I think Kenny Smith said it best. You say, you go to see the show, not be the show.
Not be the show, right?
Yeah, and that's what we're talking about. We're not talking about how great the Pacers came back and win against that game. We are talking about his dad.
That's
going after Giannis, and it shouldn't be that way. We should be talking about the son, how great the Pacers played that game.
That's why
Matt Professor say
thrown out a comedy show.
Yeah. That Matt Professor say the apology is good, but just sit back and watch your son do his damn thing. And I think you shouldn't be on the goddamn court. Why are you on the court? You ain't shit. You ain't shoot one free throw or one jump shot. You ain't one steal. You didn't block. No, you didn't take a charge. All you did was had a good night with your wife, and you created
didn't even
that
play
basketball
the game.
Yeah, but that's my take on that. But I'm glad we got that out. But Pharaoh, I don't play my video now. Your thoughts on Deion Sanders being disdained, but Archie Manning basically getting the pass when both of them had some type of had their hand into their son's playing career.
Well, I mean, you look at Johnny Manziel and what's the name too? Their fathers had a lot to do with their career in college. You had Cam Newton's father, doing some stuff with him. He wasn't looked at as bad as Shador is. Hell, it cost Shador to get an agent other than his father to go sign somewhere else.
Shiloh.
And I would say Deion Sanders is his level in the NBA, in the NFL, is much higher than Archie Manning, right? And I believe they're punishing him because he was such a star athlete, as opposed to Archie that had the brown bag team. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like nobody looks at Archie that way. But
actually,
also,
brown bag came after Archie left.
Yeah, after
he caused it.
Yeah, he ain't helped the shit, but we
adopted
brown bags after he left.
Yeah.
I believe his star level is what outshined Deion and his knowledge of the game and the people he knows, and we all saw it live of how how the NBA, actually the NFL draft goes.
I got you. And before we move on, Shot sent something to me, man, and he say something that did make a lot of sense, because we all started out this way as athletes. First thing we could do was what? Run. That's one thing we know we could do. I'm faster than you, you faster than me. Shata, you wanted to bring something up, you want to bring it to the table. What was it?
Oh, yes, gentlemen. I just wanted to go ahead. I know we cover a lot of sports and all that good stuff, but the one thing that we know, us Black men from Africa and Jamaica and all over the world, and even some of the Hispanics, we could run. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a big track fan, and I posted it to Man on the Street today through text. If you guys would mind if I did a little segment and include the professional track league. A lot of people don't know about professional track. Professional track falls under Diamond League, and it goes to different parts of the world for them to have competitions, which is why last year we had that polarizing clip a couple years ago of Noah Lyles saying the NFL champions, world champions of what? Well, these guys and soccer players actually play the world over.
Yeah.
And I think it would be a nice little addition because right now, the track world is probably filled with one of the deepest field, both men and women from all over. It's not just the U.S. and Jamaica anymore. It's from all over. And I think it's just something we need to bring. I expected that tonight.
Still don't make the shit not funny.
I expected that tonight.
And the bobsled team. So
yeah. Oh yeah.
All of that.
That was a good movie. I like that movie.
Well, let me tell you something about Jamaicans. You understand? What the things that we're good at, we're gonna be good at. But we don't try to step in anybody else's lane and say we're good at it. No, we just good at what we're good at. Understand? Yeah. So, like I was saying, I was just gonna go ahead and see if I could bring that in. I will go talk about it with Man on the Street and present it to you guys if that was cool.
That's cool.
That's fine, man.
All right, then. Hey, we got you. There it is. Because you're slow.
I never said I was fast. Just in the bed.
Hey,
listen.
Hey, what they say, man, about the Mad Professor? I don't have to be the fastest. I just can be faster than you.
Exactly.
Mad Professor, I'm glad you brought that up because track was the very first sport that allowed anybody, no matter what size you were, there's an event for you.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
Oh yeah,
Turtles wasn't mine.
Hey, let's call it. Hitler saw that firsthand.
yeah. And Tim Dahl, they made the
race.
And Tim Dahl, they made the Paralympics just for you.
Oh, stop it! Don't do that.
And left you out.
Fucker.
See.
Yeah.
Hey, you look just like that Baltimore Oriole behind you.
Just like you.
Hey, Tim Dog, you know they also got that daggone thing with Prince Harry.
I got you.
That's pretty dope, man.
Oh man, but yeah, shots, man. Bring that to the table. We gonna have some more of that. Track and field.
Look at this.
And let's race with y'all. Let's excuse. Fuck one.
Nobody has a hover round.
One.
Yeah,
Let me tell you
not
something.
yet.
But now, ladies and gentlemen,
you on the court anywhere, and I'll be hurting afterwards, but I'll give you some work.
He called us the geriatric crew, man.
True. That's right. It's all right. But now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for my man Shota. Thank you for bringing that. But it's also time for this day in sports with my main man Shota. What you got, Shota?
Yes. So those two gentlemen did something incredible on this day in sports. In 1976, 2 years after I was born, Muhammad Ali beats Jimmy Young for his 15 for the heavyweight boxing title. 1976 on this day. And also, last week we talked about my man, Great Hammering Hank. Well, guess what? We all throughout this history, no matter how much you try to erase us, because that man is Major League legend Willie Mays. In 1961, Major League San Francisco Giants outfielder Willie Mays becomes just the 9th player in Major League Baseball history to hit 4 home runs in one game in a 14-4 win against the Braves in Milwaukee.
14-4, huh?
Damn, that's
first player in history to hit 4 home runs in one game.
And thank you for that, Shota, for this day in history. Yeah. This day in history. Yesterday was a bad day for me. And I don't know about the Mad Professor.
You know,
he's kind of calm today. But today, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully he's talking about what I want him to be mad about. Ladies and gentlemen,
I wanted to talk about that.
I got you, but you got something better than that.
Something came up.
All right.
I need to know what y'all talking about too.
Let's get it. Let's get it.
Well, tell him why you're mad, Mad Professor. you mad for today, man, Professor?
Okay, we talked about it just in the last segment about the Pacers and Bucks game last night. Why the fucking moment the clock read 0 on the Bucks season, all of a sudden you had the bronzexuals in the media talking about, oh, the Lakers should trade to get Giannis. The fuck? Are you fucking kidding me? Y'all goat need that much fucking immediately? The nigga ain't even packed up his fucking locker yet. He hasn't changed his fucking, he hasn't taken a shower and taken off his jersey. And you saying the fucking Lakers need to go for Giannis. And another thing about you fucking Lakers and you bronzexuals. Y'all whined about the fucking officiating the other day when y'all been the beneficiaries of officiating for 4 fucking years. Y'all done led the league in free throw differential, and now because of 2 fucking calls in the game, you won't fucking whine. The fuck out of here, you pieces of shit! I don't ever want to hear you motherfuckers talk about sports again. Fuck y'all. Turn in your fucking badges, bitches.
Tell us how you really feel.
Hey, tell how you really feel.
Hey, bro.
No.
I got
that was a segment right there, son.
Hey, thank you for that, mad Professor. Tell her why you mad.
He said,
Now, something else.
He wasn't even in the locker room yet.
Saquon Barkley. Let me tell you about you, you motherfucker.
Yes.
Let me tell you about you,
Yes.
you motherfucker. Now that I'm fucking started, I gotta fucking do this. This motherfucker let his white wife call him a fucking nigga, and then got the nerve to complain that people complain about his bitch ass. He ended up with fucking Donald Trump. Felon fucking 47, nigga, get your turn in your fucking black card, turn in your human race fucking card, you motherfucker. Cause I wouldn't be married to a white woman and let that bitch call me no nigga. Are you out of your fucking mind, nigga? I call you a nigga. Fuck you and your fucking family, you motherfucker. Get the fuck off this earth, you bitch-hearted ass. And for the rest of you fucking Eagles that went to go see the fucking Felon 47, fuck y'all too. I hope y'all lose every motherfucking game next year. Fuck y'all.
All right, now we going that far now. Hey, you going that far now? Hey,
hey, look, damn it! As a matter of fact, man, Professor,
what's up, Kennard? What's going on, fam?
You got kickers and calling us niggers and at concerts, and they getting away with that shit.
They just in this city of mine, they just had a bunch of fucking neo-Nazis walking up the street, giving Nazi salutes.
Hey, I got it
this guy.
Turn up your volume.
I'm gonna let you go with that, but we not gonna lose every game. But I understand you too, man. I got a video I'm gonna put out about that. But I got you. But thank you for that part 2 of Mad Professor. Part 2 of Mad Professor. Tell her why you mad.
And
here come Pharaoh.
Listen.
I want to tell us why you mad. Tell us why you pissed off.
Man, that pissed me off so much. God damn it.
When I saw that, listen, my wife blocked the TV this morning for me not to see that bullshit.
I got you, man. But it is what it is, man. But like
you know why? Your balls must look damn good.
That's right. But ladies and gentlemen, it's that time of the show. It's that time
Cornery.
Of the show. Yeah, but it is what it is. But hey, like they say, sometimes you got to watch out for your own people. Sometimes, like my man saying, sinners, it be your own people sometimes.
Yeah. I'm gonna say this. Joy just texted me, and I haven't checked the message yet, but I'm more than certain I know what it is. And honey, I'm sorry. I had to curse.
Let me tell y'all, you said sinners. Let me tell you something else about them sorry ass Hollywood dogs.
Oh, you can't hear us, Kennard? I don't know why you can't hear. That's when you're in, my brother.
I know that's right.
That damn movie.
Let me turn on the closed caption.
Listen, that movie.
Yeah, we talk about. Yeah, you got to come back. You got to move on. Shout out to I know. See. You know, I got him mad now. See, can't have both of y'all. Man.
He took a ride on Air Force One because
yeah.
And the nigga let him put his arm around him. He let him put his arm around him on TV.
We gonna talk about that. We gonna talk about that a little bit on Friday. We gonna talk about it a little bit on Friday. I'm gonna bring you.
Called him a handsome guy.
Yeah.
Listen,
it is what it is. I got two goddamn Barkley jerseys. I can't win.
Bro,
it is what it is.
That was worse than Will Smith.
I told you, man, on the street, you don't wear players' names. You only wear
I don't give a damn.
name.
If I wear 20, if I put 26 on it, it still be it'll be okay. But Jalen Hurts represented. I can get me AJ Brown one.
A lot of those guys did.
Yeah.
You know,
But ladies
Carter,
and gentlemen,
Devontae
Smith. Yeah.
Yeah, so you good.
Yeah, it is. I'm good. But
I told you, I ain't like Barkley anyway when he was with the Giants. I don't care if he could run because of that bullshit that just happened with him and his wife. That shit has happened before, y'all. That's not new.
Patrick Mahomes.
Now, see, you don't got everybody mad. Shit. Supposed to be mad. Professor tell you why you mad. You don't got everybody mad. But ladies and gentlemen, it's that time of the show when we bring you sports. Oh my goodness. Well, weird sports that you could do. If you're not a football player, if you're not a basketball player, if you're not a hockey player, if you can't play golf, you could do these sports. We done brought you a lot of great sports. We done brought you extreme ironing. We done brought you underwater hockey. We brought you football on ice. We brought you, what else we brought you? We brought you the netball. What was it?
Was it mud snorkeling?
We brought you hobby horse racing. We even brought you roasting. We brought you roast racing last week. We brought you snail racing last week. Yeah. We brought you every goddamn thing that you could do if you're not a true athlete. Mad Professor said it earlier. He said that I say Mad Professor. He said that I said Matt because you were slow. And Mad Professor said I ain't never say I was fast. Only in the bed. So Mad Professor, this sport is for you.
So it might not become an Olympic sport, but it's sure creating quite the fan base, and that fan base raised over $1 million for the world's first ever live sperm race today.
Yes.
Bro, I was gonna send you this shit earlier today.
Oh shit, they're going. Who's winning?
Once they enter the chamber, we are live.
You guys ready? Oh!
This is enormous.
Shit.
Jimmy is off to the races. This might not even be close.
Oh my God.
All of those years of YouTube.
Who is that?
The feminist. The 800 credit score. Jimmy is long gone. No, his swimmers aren't even on the screen. This is a microscopic masterclass.
No.
Tag!
No.
Tag! Jimmy! Tag!
Hell no, Juan, you not.
Unbelievable! He came prepared.
What the fuck?
Insemination!
CCP! I believe in your nut, Jimmy.
I was gonna send you this shit this afternoon.
I saw it. I saw it before Pharaoh sent it to me.
I was gonna send you this shit this afternoon. I'm like, man, I'm not doing this bullshit. So what you telling me is all these men got together, jerked off,
to get their seeds. No, we're not just going to speak past that. That's what we're not going to do.
I was
going to speak past that. We're going to have a discussion. This is a freaking intervention. What are we doing? What are we doing right now? I want to know what we're doing right now.
Oh my goodness. I was going to send you this shit. And I'm like, man, shit. I'm like, if I send this shit, no, bro, I don't deserve to be on the show no more.
What are we doing right now?
Look at what?
No, no, sir.
Hey, I told Juan when I left, I said, you're going to like weird sports when we get this afternoon.
No, sir.
What?
Yeah,
what?
Eddie.
Listen,
I couldn't either, bro.
Hey, man,
I couldn't either.
I'm going to, listen, the editor need to, listen, that last part, there was no need for it.
You know what? And that's what I was gonna bring up.
My animation was great, but
my problem is the girl sitting up there moaning and shit and going, "Oh shit!" I'm like, "No, see, this is going."
No, I go to church now. I read my Bible. I don't need to be. What's up, Sodom and Gomorrah?
He's trying to find out how much his sperm. Well, Tim Dog, they don't have the geriatric race yet.
No.
Because what's funny is part of the video that you didn't show. Because I saw a long video. They was arguing that one guy was arguing with another guy that during the press conference that his sperm was faster because he had higher testosterone in his blood. I'm like, these motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Like, how do you shit talk sperm?
I'm standing corrected.
Drugs. We say drugs had his swimmers like it in the speech.
Right.
Listen. You have
And why? He got
my
bullet
brain.
floating up.
My brain is so overactive. There's so many questions right now. Like,
Hey, Tim.
how did we
Tim,
get
no,
to
you mighty
this?
quiet.
How
Tim.
did this even come across? Who came up with this?
Hold
and
on, Shawty.
how? Where?
There's a 17-year-old high school student.
Yeah.
That's the entrepreneur that introduced this game.
Yeah.
Hey, Tim.
And what's
going on with you, brother?
does he have any melanin? Does he have any melanin in his skin?
I don't know, but Tim Dawg, you mighty
Just
quiet
his
over there,
hair.
my brother. You mighty quiet.
My question is,
Who watched him get this?
there you go.
No, Juan. You don't want your sperm impeded, Juan. No, you can't go in the shot, man.
Juan, what are we doing right now, Juan? This is not American Pie, Juan. Okay? We need for you to go ahead and understand what we're dealing with right now, Juan.
Hey, Joy, Honey Bunny, you awfully quiet.
Oh, goodness.
Now, sperm can live up to 3 to 5 days inside.
Listen, I don't need a class right now.
No. My question is,
Real.
These are all grown ass men on here. We're not having a discussion.
but
Go ahead, Tim. We get Tim there, man. God damn it.
Tim is overanalyzing
when
again.
do they make a deposit though? You know?
See, that's what I said. That's what I
Do
brought up.
they have officials looking at you, make sure it's yours?
This is what happens. This is what happens.
You can have like magazines or videos to help you.
That's why they always say the contestants came to the contest.
Oh my God. He fucking did it. He fucking did it.
No pun intended.
Right. And the contestants came to the contest ready to deposit their loads.
Stop. You are listen. You are not employed. You are not employed. You are not employed. Leave it alone.
Stop, Juan.
Yeah, let's move on.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you now.
I don't think they babies anymore.
Joe, does it matter, Joe? Does it matter when the batch was made?
Joe, we're trying to get him to stop. What are you doing?
Does it matter?
What are you doing? You don't encourage him.
Joe. And who's watching to make sure it's theirs?
Come on, Joe. No,
Hey,
Joe.
you know how you had the urinalysis when we was in the service?
Hey, stop it. Don't bring up old shit.
I guess. I guess they came and left. Shit. Hey, I guess.
Hey. Oh my God.
Hey, and in the contest, it exited stage right.
Where
Hey, my last one before we move on. Are they shaking hands afterwards?
Oh, listen, come on, man.
Yeah, where the hell is Joy?
Oh, my damn side is killing me.
Joy.
Oh, man,
No, Joy not gonna comment on this one.
Yeah. Oh, that's our weird sport of the week right there, man. I'm telling you, man.
I just want to let everyone know I was invited.
Pharaoh sent it to me, but I already had it loaded up. I already downloaded that shit. When I first saw it, I was like, yeah, I got to get this shit. Oh, my goodness.
That's a damn shame. We was all thinking the same.
Yeah, thinking the same goddamn thing. Hey, oh, man, let's get the last one. Damn, my eyes.
No. Wrong.
One-eyed Willie.
Oh, shit. One-eyed Willie. Oh, man. Thank you, but that's our weird sport of the week. We like to bring you weird sports if you're not a true athlete.
I got to go take a shower.
Yeah. That's how I felt. That's how I felt
keep
Friday.
your hands up top.
Oh, yeah.
Baby, Cal gone. Take it away. Put it in the
But
tub.
man, now it's that time for Pharaoh King trivia question of the week. Pharaoh King, what you got for us this week, my brother?
All right, this is in honor of you New York Knicks fans here, or basketball in general, I should say.
What is the only team with 4 players that scored 40 points in a game this season?
Only player with 4 players to score.
Only team with 4 players that scored 40 in a game.
Boston Celtics.
Houston Rockets.
Shit, that's a good one.
That's a good one though. Which team?
Because you wouldn't think it'd be like Oklahoma City, who have scorers all over the damn
It's the
place.
Houston Rockets, I think.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's a good one. I'm gonna go with give me Cleveland shit. I don't know.
That's
Give me Cleveland.
That's a good
Give me
pick.
Cleveland. I'm gonna go Cleveland. I know it's not Cleveland, but I'm gonna go with Cleveland.
I'd say Detroit, but what do I know?
Yeah, you can't. It's been that kind of season.
Warren got the Clippers. Bro, who we got?
That might be right.
Wait, but Kawhi has been hurt most of the season. He just started playing in the playoffs.
Yeah, and they don't have PG anymore.
Correct.
Joe say Sacramento. What is it, Pharaoh?
They traded DeAndre, didn't they?
Yeah.
Hold on, they took
My man said Nuggets.
The Nuggets.
Nuggets, okay. No, because that boy that playing the playoffs, it's like he get injured all season and
you got it,
during the playoffs. Murray. He be sitting on the bench all season and just show up for the playoffs. That nigga, he's sneaky slick.
What is it, Pharaoh? I don't see it.
Here it goes. Y'all ready?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
The Knicks.
He did say Knicks fans. He did say Knicks fans. That's why I said.
Hold on. You said this season. Randall was not with the Knicks this season.
No, he started the season with the Knicks.
He
started the season with the Knicks.
He started the season with the Knicks.
Yes, you're right.
No, because his hat. Then when I said it, is shot his hat, man. That made me say that.
He did say the Knicks, and I started to say the Knicks just to be stupid, and I'm like, dang it.
Oh, I said the Knicks. I changed my answer to the Knicks. Y'all didn't hear it.
Yeah, because
so it don't count then.
Pulling Saquon Barkley right now.
In your mind doesn't count.
Yeah. Even my mind doesn't count. But thank you for that, Pharaoh. But just to let you know, I'm still winning though. I still got the most answers right. So man on the street still in the lead.
Nobody cares.
Well, so my original question was going to be just to add to, it was going to be what NBA coach has come back from the most 3-1 deficits in NBA playoffs?
Chuck Daly.
That was going to be my original one, but I couldn't find the answer for one of the games. So
Lenny Wilkins.
Yeah, Lenny Wilkins.
I'm gonna tell you like this: it's going to be after the year 2000.
Okay. Well, Lenny Wilkins, but I mean Lenny Wilkins, them Hawks, they was always losing, but it is what it is. But thank you for that, Pharaoh, man.
Michael Malone, man.
Mike Malone.
Mike Malone. Remember, he had in the bubble. He had the two.
Utah.
Yeah, damn sure did.
Utah.
Yeah, that's a lot of nut to be first.
God, Juan, stop, Juan.
Every time I get out, Juan bring me back in.
Juan, I guarantee you, when y'all see Juan in the morning, he's gonna be 5 pounds lighter.
I got you. But thank you for that, Pharaoh K, for that trivia question of the week. Yes,
5 pounds lighter, dizzy, and with a look of shame on his face.
Don't shake his hand. Ladies and gentlemen, we always try to give you something to think about, something funny. And see, y'all got me all messing up the damn thing. Ladies and gentlemen, we always like to give you something to think about, something funny, or better yet, where the fuck Tim Dog get that from? Tim Dog, what you got for the people?
What I got for the people today is, do you know what letter of the alphabet was the last to be added?
I know it.
What is it?
The letter J.
Oh, we got somebody smart ass on our here. Check it out. The letter J was the last letter, but you know there was also a 27th letter. And it actually wasn't a letter. It was a symbol.
Mm-hmm.
When do y'all know what that is?
No.
It came and went.
Somebody take his mic.
We ain't talking about D. We talking about J.
Okay, well, go ahead, my brother. Go ahead, finish your thought, man.
No, but the ampersand. Y'all know what that is, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Now y'all know that the ampersand was the 27th letter, and the letter J was the last letter to be implemented into the alphabet. But the letter J was actually pronounced with like the letter Y, and it wasn't a J. It was like a sort of like a J, but over the years, through the Anglo-Saxon English and then the Old English combined, and they produced the letter J. But the letter J wasn't hardly even used. As a matter of fact, Shakespeare, when he wrote Romeo and Juliet, it wasn't a J, it was an I. So it was pronounced Romeo and Juliet.
That's right.
So that's just
we all know that from the Indiana Jones and the.
That's right.
And the last
I was about to say that same thing.
There you go, man.
There it is.
That's what's up, man. Good info.
Hey,
Oh hell no.
Y'all watch too many
I
goddamn
got that
movies.
down. Yeah, I got that down before I even let but it's dope.
No one.
We not doing that shit. Hell no. But thank you for that tip. Hell no.
All right, Candace.
Oh shit, I got you. My main man, shop.
Gonna put the shit anyway.
Dragon who?
What you got for the people before we go, my brother?
Hey man, look. It's been a crazy year thus far.
Oh my gosh.
So far we've survived the first 100 days of this damn nincompoop in the office and all that type of stuff. But I just want you guys to understand something. During this time of bull crap going on, this is the time for us to start to educate ourselves and teach your children our history. Because my daughter said something to me today that kind of took me aback for a second, and it's very, very Shatta-esque. She said to me, Dad, with all that white people talk about black people, what gave them the incentive to invent anything if all the black people did all the work? And I said, hold on, wait a minute. What'd you say? She said, why would white people invent anything? They had no motivation to invent anything. The black people did all the work. So really, when you really think about it, if black people didn't have any rights, the white people took all the credit for everything. So how do we know they really invented the stuff they invented? I said, oh shit. I said, baby, I don't know who been talking to our daughter, but I like whoever it is. So I'm just letting you know right now. I'm very happy today. Very, very happy.
I got you, my brother. Matt, Professor, what you got for the people before we go, my brother?
Well, since this is a sports show, for those of you who don't know, today, and you can file it in your "Do You Really Give a Shit" file. Andre Agassi won his opening round in a pickleball tournament today of the U.S. Open.
Come on.
Yeah, Florida. Do you truly fucking care? The answer is no. And if you do, find something else to do in your life, because you ain't got shit else going on.
Did you just say pickleball?
Well, you can enter the sperm race. Shit.
Yeah, just squirt your pickle.
They ain't ready yet. They're
gonna
go
squirt your pickle. Squirt your pickle.
From the Bulls anyway.
Now y'all done did that shit, and I love pickles. So y'all just ruined my favorite
pickle for
midnight snack.
Oh,
Y'all just ruined my favorite midnight snack. Thank you very much.
What, Oreo?
What you got for the people before we go, my brother?
Hey man, so the other day, man, I was helping my neighbor out, and she said to me after I got done, helping her out, she said to me, I can marry you. And, and I was like, I couldn't believe it. You do something nice for someone and they threaten to ruin your life in return.
Yeah. Yeah. I knew that's where that was going. Where that was going.
Yeah.
I knew. I told Joy that same joke 3 days ago.
Oh, did you? Hey man, that's just
listen.
It is.
My wife has a master's degree in freaking counseling. Do you need a session?
Yeah.
Because you got some shit going on over there.
Man, took a nap, huh? Hey, listen.
I really don't have anything, man. All I gotta say is I got my phone, and I'm about to go train up for the Sperm Olympics. I'm trying to make this shit an Olympic sport.
He never lets it go.
That shit's funny to be.
I think they got an age limit, man, on the street. I really do. They got
my sperm ain't going away anyway. It's still at the start line.
Before we get out, though, I got one question for you guys.
What now?
You ain't sorry, Juan. You are not sorry at all.
I'm sorry.
You are not sorry.
You got
Juan. I know you better than that.
Yeah. What you going to say, Pharaoh, man?
So Serena Williams just made this. She brought this to light. You guys know who that Yannick Sinner or whatever that tennis player is, the one who won a couple of Grand Slams, whatever.
Yes.
He just got caught up on doping.
Yeah.
And they only gave him a 90-day suspension.
Yeah.
And she made a comment. She goes, if she would have did that or got caught back in the day, we're not saying nobody had PEDs.
Yeah.
But this is actually doping.
No, Serena can't say nothing because she was hitting the ball like they were damn John Wick bullets. That's not different.
But still, she's still not on the men's level.
Yeah.
You know,
there are men that's scared of her.
Yeah, but she
even those ain't men then, are they?
Yeah, she even said that before we close it out. She even said that if she was to play a professional men player, she'd lose every time. She said it's totally different. I'm just saying,
but you think she would have got a 20-year ban?
It's the same thing. It's the same thing with It's the same thing where you heard all these dumbass, sad ass caucus people whining about how great Serena Williams was, saying that that's a man, she's on PED. Yeah. But the second Maria Sharapova get busted, they quiet as church mice.
Yeah.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. Like
that's true.
The privilege is just there, man. He's Italian, but
we all know what it is. We all know what it is.
Hey, dog.
But before we go, shout out your socials so the people follow you, my brother.
You see it down there at the bottom. Just follow it on the screen. If you can't read, send it in Braille too.
I got you. And of course, Mad Professor, shout out to socials so people follow you, my brother.
Find me at the Mad Professor.1, the way you see it on your screen. I wish I had something to put up, but I've been being lazy. So, I got Instagram and Instagram, YouTube, and Mad Professor 1 on Blue Sky.
All right. And of course, Pharaoh King, shout out to socials so people follow you, my brother.
Hey, man, wine's all over your ass, man.
Yeah.
Pharaoh _71 on Instagram. That's why I have most of my stuff.
All right, and of course,
I'm out here shooting blanks.
That's right. Tim Dole, shout out your social so people follow you, my brother.
Hey, before I shout out my social, I just want to say something real quick. This goes out to all those ninjas out there embarrassing themselves by driving what looks like a hoopty, windows rolled down because they can't go up. You know how I know? You can still see the sticky from the duct tape that they use to hold up the Walmart bag.
Who's glazing?
To keep the rain out. To keep the rain out. They got expired tags.
Hold on, time out, Tim. I'm sorry, Tim. I'm sorry, Tim. I know you're not looking at the screen. I want to know who's glazing you, Juan. Who's Go ahead, Tim. Go ahead, Tim. That's why I'm asking. Go ahead, Tim.
He trying to taste which one was going to win the race.
Go ahead, Tim.
Looking like a Krispy Kreme donut right
social, man.
But they got the muffler dragging, sparks flying, smoke coming out, and they have the nerve to be leaning on the side and having the music out loud. Turned up all real loud. Not only that, they driving a Lexus SUV that looks like a Dodge Caravan with temp tags on it. Come on, man, make it make sense. Make it make sense. If you want to drive a luxury car, keep it up. If not, put that motherfucker away.
Listen,
y'all know who I'm talking about. Y'all know somebody like this. I just want to say that.
I just want to know who glazed the wine.
Yeah, but shout out your social, man, so people follow you, man, Tim Dog.
All that. Just love 99 Instagram.
There you go. Thank you, myself. Wind up. Fuck the show up.
What
do you say? Did the glaze with baby oil or baby batter? See what I'm saying? You better show up. What the hell? And of course, you can find me, the man on the street, at the man right there with me on YouTube. You can also find us on YouTube as well at the Better Than Sex Sports Podcast. Also on Facebook. So make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend to make sure. Hell no. So y'all can follow us. But you make sure you check us out this Friday night. For 2 cigars in a blunt, it goes down at 8 o'clock. But you want to stick around for the after show called Ashed Out. That's where everybody on the panel gets the chance to talk about what they want to talk about. And ladies and gentlemen, that is the best the best time. You want to have a good laugh because you don't know where the show's going to go. But you want to make sure you come back next Wednesday night at 7:00 for the Better Than Sex Sports podcast. All we do is talk about sports, and we have a good time doing that as well. And we talk about Juan getting glazed. And with that, I am the man on the street.
Pharaoh, no.
Pharaoh King.
Tim Dog from Be More Careful. Who's that one?
I'm not asking shit. The man professor in the booth.
And with the right intro.
You didn't get shot.
Wait. I was still laughing because Juan, I keep thinking, so who glazed Juan? Shot the
And with the right outro this time, we see y'all Friday night for 2 cigars of the blunt. And we're out. Please.